That looked very aggressive.
Like a rock. It falls apart. So this is the new Coleman B200RSV. Upgraded model.
It looks good.
I like it quite a bit. So what this basically is a very smally?
I don't think that's right.
No, that ain't a real word. This is a very lightly modified Monster Moto or Mega Moto, whatever you want to call them, 212. It has front and rear disc brakes. The biggest thing is it has a swing arm on it. That is huge, because if you was to buy the Mega Moto kit or something and the swing arm, you would be over $1,000, and you already have that for $1,000. So we went down to, you can't find these online. You have to go to Tractor Supplies and just like call them and ask for the B200RSV. And luckily we was able to find one local about 30 minutes down the road. So it's a normal 196, I would imagine.
It says 200 cc.
Yeah, 196.
They always lie.
Yeah, they're liars. Right off the gate. It's got a cool looking headlight with a little lid. Oh, it's LED headlight. That's new.
Real nice.
Woo! And it's got a freaking cow induction hood. It's a sweet looking bike though, and they have added a lot of stiffening to the frame. So for one, the neck tube area where the tubes come off has a piece of steel
Our dog likes to run.
welded onto it.
With a stick. I got a stick.
She's a good wood chipper. And it has a really decently thick, like, this bike was properly built in my opinion. It's got little shocks with not much travel. I'm a big boy, so let's see.
Squats.
It looks
you got
pretty
1 inch,
bouncy.
1 inch of travel.
Yeah, it's very low amount of travel. I like these bikes because they set low. They're real easy to handle, but they don't feel like sporty like a Trailmaster does, in my opinion. But
you wouldn't want to be jumping these, but they feel comfortable in the trails.
The front suspension feels tighter than a Mega Moto does, in my opinion. But I like that it has front and rear disc brakes. The tires are going to be garbage. V-treads on bikes, V-treads on anything. The only thing you should use those for is jumps. Feel them full of dirt, jump them. But so now we got to put some oil in it, gasoline, and take it for a rip snort. It looks like, oh, they did a governor in the throttle. They put a screw that you can stop how much you can twist it. Like, that's all it's allowing me to twist it, I think.
So take that screw out, no governor.
And you still have the normal screw. One thing, Tractor Supply, that ain't gonna hold. The twist grip was slipping, so we'll have to put some hairspray on that. Hairspray's good glue for it. This one's on top, but this one wasn't. And we're gonna take it in the garage real quick off camera and tighten everything, because I don't want to die. And some kid probably put this thing together. So all right, let's go get her going and we'll take her for a rip snort. Got the normal 19x7s, nothing different. It's a revamped Mega Moto and all the good ones.
Definitely better though.
Oh yeah, we're gonna double on it.
Sweet. Woo! I call back.
So the first thing we're gonna do before riding this is we're gonna take this Phillips out, because this is like a throttle stop. It's gonna hit the throttle and only allow it to push in so far. So it's just a Phillips head, and you can pull that out if you want. And then there's also one on the engine. On all these bikes, there's that Phillips head. I'll circle it on screen. You pull it out and it'll allow you to get a little bit more throttle out of the bike as well. Pull that completely out, you'll have all the throttles. So one big thing about this Coleman as well is it has a CVT on it. All the other Colemans, mini bikes always had that jack shaft plate, so this is big too, because you don't got to waste money on the CVT. Of course, buying the Super 30 series pulley off Amazon would be a good move next on like this bike setup, but the stock pulleys will work great. So Lonnie's gonna take it for a rip first. Dang, look at that jacket.
That is real nice.
So a company called iHood has these jackets on Amazon.
They're really nice too.
Electric, got the American flag, baby. But the buttons for them are right here on the chest, and they're fully heated. Not only like the Milwaukee ones are, for one, they're really expensive, and an M12 battery is so big to put in your pocket. These run off a standard like battery bank, and you have neck, chest, and pockets, and it looks like a belly area, the back area, sorry.
Yeah, it is the back.
Yeah, I've got mine on right now and I need to turn her down. She toasty. So check those out in the video's links. I promise you, you won't regret it because those jackets are real nice. But start first, fire up, hammer down. She's cold collar. Oh yeah, the grip, we didn't glue it, but yeah. Might help if I turned on Lonnie's GoPro. Right off the bat, what does the suspension feel like?
Real good.
Does it?
The back's stiff, but
Back stiff and the front feels good though?
yeah.
Okay. All right, well, I'm gonna take it to trails.
I'm useless on first drive
Why?
because that is hurting downstairs.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Every bounce, I was like, oh, oh, oh.
Ah, yeah. All right.
So you get to do first drive.
I do think it's my second favorite bike for sure, just from like
It
the
feels
look.
comfy to ride on.
I like the rear racks because you can put a little toolbox on them, and we always end up needing tools on the trail.
And I do like how low it sits.
Mhm.
It feels more under your control.
Yeah, then way high up. I do wonder why they still went with the cradle down there, and I do wonder as well if our bushings that we sell will work in that, because you can pop those out, weld those in, or even just press them in, and they're a direct replacement. So we will be checking that out on a later video, because what's going on this is a lot of power, like way more than Coleman ever thought that would go on it. So that's coming
Way
up
more
real-
than we've ever done before.
Yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous. So I'm gonna take her for a spin.
All right.
Did you feel how the CVT like hits?
Yeah, it's punchy down low. Kickstand. Looks like Lloyd going over the hill. Lloyd Christmas.
Good Lord, that was rough. That's the only downside to the Colemans and Megamotos. They set so low. Like I am digging the pegs in the ground. That was a bottom out. These tires do not grip at all. Right off the bat, the tires don't grip for nothing. Like borderline dangerous in these conditions, like slick. But another thing, it does set, I think this is not great for trail riding. You'll see on camera, I grabbed a rock sticking out of the ground with the peg and like yanked the bike around. And I kept Oh, I was probably grabbing the kickstand. The kickstand sets really low on this bike.
Oh yeah.
And it's not great. Like you can't, like, look at how far you can lean it.
I'll come around.
I mean, this was no suspension flex. That's no suspension flex to it. So that's got to go for sure. Well, it just needs taller shocks to lift up the rear and then longer forks to lift up the front the same amount.
Yeah.
Like if this had the Trailmaster size shocks on it, like that stance, which you could have that because it's almost flat, the rear swing arm is. So that's one thing I think. I wonder if this is for a different position. It is, which would lift it.
Yeah.
Ah, that's 2 different shock positions, which
Nice.
would dramatically lift it. And I got to turn.
You burning up?
I am freaking roasting like a pig, baby.
I feel good.
I was toasty. When you ride and the jacket's pulled tight on your back, this puppy gets hot. And the batteries last on this jacket, by the way, they last. I think we ran them for 3 hours straight, and they was dead at the end of 3 hours, but didn't go dead on us. So you can buy these battery packs for cheap. If you got to work an 8-hour work day, have like 2 of them, maybe 3. But I'd say 2 because you'd be turning them on and off working. But
yeah.
Back, good gosh. Good night. They did put a grease alum on the swing arm. No other bike has done that. That's smart because it's one big long pass-through bolt. I think it's a pretty dang good bike. It's just tires. Why are they not putting better tires on these things? No mini bike. They all come with these V-treads.
I think this
trash.
one's more geared towards the road anyways.
Yeah, I mean, with it being that low, I mean, that's a really low mini bike for suspension.
Yeah.
But I think if the neck tube or the neck angle, fork angle felt good, like it doesn't want to stand you up and stuff. Felt great every time we're rutted out so bad in the woods. Every time I'd lean over, that kickstand would grab and about wreck me 2-3 times in the woods. So this is not a bike I would take trail riding, honestly, but I really do like it. It is my second favorite bike for sure. So
if we could lift it with that other position, I mean, that.
Yeah, I think that's what we do right now.
I wonder if that'll make it really stiff too, though. Or will it?
No,
that
softer.
might make it softer, yeah.
And make it softer, putting it in the front position. All right, so I don't know if this is going to affect the chain, because sometimes when you lift it, you have to loosen the.
Oh,
so it has a washer on the inside of the shock, on the outside of the shock, I should say. Oh, no. It can, but they didn't drill the hole out enough.
Drill the hole out enough.
Drill the hole out enough.
Hey.
Drill the hole out enough.
What size you guessing?
5/16. Yep. Nope, it might be bigger. 3/8. Yep.
First try.
First try, every try.
Oh, you gotta use your fancy tools.
Oh, 3/8 ain't even big enough. 25/64 is questionable. 13/32.
13/32. Hey.
32.
You look like a madman looking for something.
What?
Oh.
Alright. Alright. Dog. Lon, you gonna put the camera down? We're gonna get this done.
A few moments later.
Let me see. So what do you think? It's a little softer? It should be.
Tiny bit softer, tiny bit lift.
Yeah.
But it is something because it feels more.
Oh, it's way better. I can tell by the kickstand how close it is to the
yeah,
ground.
look at how far you can lay it now.
Yeah, so definitely if you get one of these, you have to drill this out with a 31/64? 32/64.
Yeah.
Something like
That
that.
would be a half inch.
What? 31/64.
31, yeah.
No.
13, 30 seconds.
30.
13, 30 seconds.
Drill bit size on screen. Just drill that first set of holes, the front and rear out. then I mean it's way better like that. But I suspect putting a taller shock on it for sure and leave it in the rear position. So I think that's the way to go. And then with these, the only way you get lift is you have to buy different forks, unfortunately. But we have the CR80 forks on the shelf. We can make a new triple tree, and we can lift the bike. I think these lifted like 3 inches.
Dude.
For trail riding.
Dude, it would help it for sure.
But I like the bike quite a bit. So Lonnie just had surgery, so he can't ride it off-road. And he forgot and went riding off-road and came back a little bit in pain. So we almost killed Lonnie today. But all in all, it's pretty good. Tires definitely need upgraded. The swing arm is beefy. The frame's beefy. So
you sit on it. See if it squats anymore with you on it.
There's where the neck tube is stiffened, right here. And then also these are fully boxed. And the really nice job. Look, these are welded and they're double-sided. Super sick. Those shock tabs are 1/8 of an inch thick.
Oh yeah, it lifted it for sure.
Yeah, it's a big difference when you really get back and look at it. And the front forks is what I'm surprised about, because most of these have garbage front forks. The Monster Motos do. They are the softest forks on the market. But I definitely recommend this bike for sure.
I like the fork angle.
Yeah, it's really good. The other Colemans are absolute trash, like scary in my opinion. That's why we got rid of every one of them. You don't see them anymore. But what do you think about this?
They're
These
learning.
need to be back here.
I ain't riding enough to really notice it, but
I feel like if they was here,
just a little bit back.
Your knees is bent so much, you almost get a Charlie horse after riding for a while with these like this, because you're so close to the pegs. This portion of the frame's real short, but I would
almost leave them.
Think so?
I didn't notice it when I was riding.
Yeah, and you got a good, like the ones up here, you're like kicking back normally.
Yeah.
Good there. This is jousting. So thank you guys so much for checking out today's video on this new Coleman B200RSV. It is definitely number 2 in my overall mini bike pick. So if you want to know my favorite mini bikes, it's the Trailmaster is number 1, and then the Coleman B200RSV. I've always liked the Mega Motos or the Monster Moto 212s, but the only thing is they set really low for trail riding. We've said that since day 1 of getting the Monster Moto 212s. But I really like how they've changed this one up with the rear suspension. Coleman was talking about it for years, so they've been making sure they come out with a great product, and they totally redeemed themselves, because we quit using Coleman bikes because we did not like the fork angle was the main problem. Basically, the fork angle was the issue, and it wanted to dive you in the ground in a turn, and we got rid of every one of them because someone was going to get hurt on them. This one does not give you that effect, so we're super pumped about that. So make sure to check out, if you have a Tractor Supply local, go check them out. You can't find them online. You have to just look up and find them in the store. But really think they're an awesome mini bike. So you're also going to want to stay tuned, because we have a full series on this bike. What we're going to do is the first episode is going to be must-have first upgrades for the Coleman bike. These are going to be more affordable, quick, and easy upgrades to do on the bike. That's going to greatly enhance how the mini bike, how the power is and everything. So we're going to do that first, and then we're going to do a build on the Coleman engine. We never built one of the Coleman engines. So I think it's now time to port that head, mill it, and do a bunch of stuff to the factory engine to see what it'll do. We'll dyno it before and after, and then after that, we're going to do something crazy. We're super pumped. Been working with the company for a while to set this up, and we're going to do one of the craziest, meanest mini bikes we ever built. So stay tuned for that, guys. Let us know what you think of the Coleman B200RSV in the comment section below. And thank you so much for supporting us. We love you guys, and God bless.